What is happening here?
मन्ने ना तेरी अंग्रेजी समझ लागे, मारी भाषा में बोल।
अच्छा ताऊ, मैं तो ये पूछे कि यो क्या हो रहा है?
कोई जमीन का विवाद था, ताकि करके आज ग्राम पंचायत बिठाई से उसी पर चर्चा हो रही है।
अच्छा ताऊ, ये ग्राम पंचायत क्या होवे थे? इसके क्या फायदे?
अब थारा बचपन ठहरा विदेश में, तो थारे को के बेरा ले फिर सुन, मारी ये पढ़ी लिखी छोरी तने समझाएगी कि ग्राम पंचायत के होवे से।
Good morning everyone, my name is Sabjeet Kaur and today I'm here to conduct a seminar on National Panchayati Raj Day. National Panchayati Raj Day is celebrated across India with great enthusiasm. And you know, it's a really very special day for India. On this day, the government honors the various members of Panchayati Raj for their work and contribution. Do you know what is the meaning of Panchayati Raj? The word Panchayati, it is made up of two more further words. The very first is Panch, second Ayat. The word Panch means 5, Ayat means assembly. And Raj means to rule. What kind of assembly? What does 5 means here? And to whom are they ruling over? I know these questions will be rising in your mind, but don't worry, soon you're gonna get the answers of those. National Panchayati Raj Day is celebrated on 24 April every year. So, the very first National Panchayati Raj Day was celebrated in 2010. Do you know why we celebrate it? Because 73rd Amendment Act 1992 was passed in 1993. So I know there is Article 40 in Indian Constitution. In this, it was written that the state must organize and empower the Indian Constitution, the Panchayati Raj. But here, 73rd Amendment Act 1992, it made compulsory for all the states to must have the Panchayati Raj. So basically, it was first implemented in Rajasthan, Nagaur district, Bagdari village. So, as you know, that we are having the union government, next we are having the state government, at last we are having local government also. So if we were already having the union government, state government, then why we needed this local government? The question is, suppose let's take example of the school. If there is a principal over the school, it's not possible for all the students to go to the principal and tell the minor problems or something like conflicts. So that is why the principal sir was very wise. And what he did, he appointed the coordinators of each block. The school was divided into. Next, the coordinators, even it was impossible for the coordinators also. How can the coordinator handle these many classes and can teach them? So that is why she appointed the class teachers who could see the minor conflicts, disputes, problems of the students. Same here with the government. So the union government, it is far from us like a moon is. That is why we have a state government. It is impossible for the state government also. How can state government go to each and every village and see what's happening? And next, that is why we have a local government. Now local government is further divided into two parts. The very first, municipalities, which is in urban areas, and second is Panchayati Raj, which we are talking about. It is in rural areas. Meghalaya, Mizoram and Nagaland and all the union territories of India except Delhi, they don't have the Panchayati Raj. They are running their own administration. Now my friend Ravneet Kaur is gonna continue the same.
Now let's discuss about the tiers of Panchayati Raj system. So you know that how many tiers are there of Panchayati Raj system? there are 3 tiers of Panchayati Raj system. We will first of all do the lowest tier, that is called village panchayat, which is at village level. It is also called Gram Panchayat. Now let's discuss about the second tier, which is at block level, called block Samiti, and the topmost tier of Panchayati Raj is at district level, which is called Zilla Parishad. First of all, we will focus on our lowest tier, that is village panchayat. You know that every village in India is having a village panchayat. In a case, the number of people living in a village is too less, then 2 or more villages get together to constitute a village panchayat headed by an elected representative from the combined villages. Eligibility to be a part of panchayat elections says that the nominated candidate must not hold any government profit, means he or she must not at any government post. Secondly, he or she must be a registered voter, means above the age of 18. Now, before starting that how this village panchayat works, let us discuss about the difference between village panchayat and Gram Sabha, means Gram Panchayat and Gram Sabha. Gram Panchayat is formed by Sarpanch, the president of the village, and ward members called Panch. But Panch means 5, okay, but the ward members are not only 5, they can be more than 5, but not less than 5. Now let us discuss about the Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha are the people living in a village whose age is above than 18. Now let's start that how this village panchayat works. Every village is having a village panchayat, and there is also a president of the village panchayat which is elected by Gram Sabha, means people living in a village, and there is also a vice president which is called Up Sarpanch. The wards, there are wards in the villages. Each village is divided into some wards, and the people living in a ward elect a representative which is called Panch, means ward members. Gram Sabha also elects a head of this village panchayat which is called Sarpanch, and this Gram Panchayat is elected for 5 years. Now, if there is dispute in a village, then village panchayat handles it. But who takes care of the work of village panchayat? There is a secretary. Secretary is not only the secretary of village panchayat but also the secretary of Gram Sabha. Secretary is not an elected person, means he or she is not elected by people, he or she is appointed by government. Secretary is responsible for calling the meetings of Gram Panchayat and Gram Sabha and also maintains the proceedings of the meeting. Now let's discuss the principal function of this village panchayat. The principal function of village panchayat is to maintain the upkeeps of villages and to maintain the death and birth records. Now let's move to the second tier, which is called Block Samiti. The Balwant Rai Mehta Committee describes that Block Samiti is a large area enough for functions, but these functions are not performed by village panchayat. Each block samiti consists of 20 to 60 villages, and there are also offices in this block samiti which consist of nearly 20 members which are elected from the sarpanches of village panchayat. Now there is also a head or a president of this block samiti which is called Pradhan. He oversees the work of BDO and the staff under them. BDO is a block development officer. He is a person who verifies and gives approval to the work that happens in a block, like construction of roads, buildings, okay, and like sewage pipelines, canals, etc. Now let's discuss the main principal function of this block samiti. The principal function of block samiti is to coordinate the works of village panchayat and to give measures to improvement of their functioning. Now let's move to the third and the topmost tier, that is Zilla Parishad. All the members or all the elected representatives of Block Samiti and Parliament are comes in the Zilla Parishad. There is also a head of Zilla Parishad which is called chairman, who is elected among its members. There is also a CEO who is also elected, or you can say who is also appointed by the government. CEO is a chief executive officer who heads the administrative machinery of Zilla Parishad, and the main function of Zilla Parishad is to coordinating and supervising the functions of Block Samiti. Now the e-Panchayats and conclusion will be continued by Japjit Kaur.
As you know that we are living in the digital world, it is the 21st century. Everything is being connected to the electronic devices. So you're saying with the panchayats, they're not exception for that. Even the panchayats are also connected to the digital world. There's one term named e-Panchayats which is defined by an organization, World Bank. The government introduced this in 2006, and it means that every member of Gram Sabha has the right to seek the information about panchayats. So to conclude on, I would like to say that India lives in its villages, and now even the technology has started to make a foothold in the villages. Panchayats are connecting to the cities and learning the few development processes from them. But I think the city councils can also learn one or two from panchayats, because they very well know how to make much out of the few resources. Involvement of youth will improve the panchayats. They will bring the betterment in the panchayats because they have the new techniques and all. Thank you for listening with cooperation. I hope so you understood this concept.